your host, Bruce Martin.
Welcome to tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Bruce, and boy, what a show we got for you tonight. I'm not just telling you that. I know sometimes I tell you we have a great show, but tonight we have a great show. We have a Bronx Tale movie review coming up, followed by a great interview by one of the stars from A Bronx Tale. Ladies and gentlemen, Joseph Donofrio's on the show tonight. I'm telling you right now. Almost lost it there, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I mean, the guys on the program tonight, we're going to be talking about Bronx Tale and many other subjects. You know him from Goodfellas. Are We There Yet? The guy is everywhere. Now, also tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we got a great music performance tonight. These guys are good. Good pals of mine. They're returning to the show. California's own Presice85 and Iceman Skrill right here tonight. Oh yeah, all that and more right here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are enjoying your night, your Saturday night. Could be Saturday afternoon, depending when you're watching this, maybe Sunday morning. But please subscribe, hit that notification bar, share with your family and friends, share it to your social media accounts. I would appreciate that. Please, thank you. And thanks for all the support. All right, we're on episode 10, 11, I don't know. But this season's going to have about, we're about episode 9 or 10, something like that. I lost count. I do so many of these, I don't know. I got a quick Thanksgiving story to tell you guys. Yeah, it's story time. Story time. Really quick. Just want to tell you guys, just the other day on Wednesday, I ended up going to Walmart. I had to go get myself my yams. 1 can. Not 2, not 3. It's just me. I just had to get 1 can of Bruce's yams. Long story short, there was a long-ass line. It was the day before Thanksgiving, so you could just imagine how that was. But Bruce and his Bruce's yams put his mind in motion, and I was out that door in no time. Why? Because I lied to the people in front of me that were standing online. Yes, it's horrible. It's Thanksgiving. You're supposed to give back. I was giving back to myself. The reason I'm telling you I'm lying is because, I told the lady in front of me that there was free, buy one, get one free turkeys in the back, and she believed me and she left, so I moved up. I told the other guy in front of me, listen, they got stuffing, 3 boxes for $1 right now on sale. They just dropped the prices moments ago. He's like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, no, I cannot. And we checked it out. So I move up again. There we come with the old lady right now. Yes. Sorry, I don't mean to just, phrase it that way, but she was old. She looked like a Dorothy type, but old. So I told the lady, I noticed that she was trying to make some ambrosia. I saw all the ingredients for the ambrosia besides the marshmallows. Maybe she had them at home, maybe she didn't. Who knows? Maybe she was making her own kind of ambrosia. I told the lady, I was like, listen, you're making ambrosia. She's like, yes, of course, dear. I was like, well, listen, you're missing the marshmallows. She's old. Maybe she forgot. It happens. I'm 34. I forget myself. I'm not putting it on the old people. Long story short, she's like, oh, you're right, dear. I'm going to go get those. I was like, you sure? Because I can go get them for you. No, you don't know which ones I get. I was like, okay, cool. No, I'll hold your spot for you. She's like, oh, thank you, dear. So she goes, leaves. I move up. Now I'm first in line. One thing leads to another. I'm at the register. I'm paying for my 1 can of yams. I gave her a 20. I said, keep the change, you filthy animal. Long story short, all I hear is this it's like on a loudspeaker. Oh, you idiots! Yeah, that was the guy finding out that their freaking stuffing wasn't on sale. $34. So I told the lady, keep the change. I ran. As I'm running, I see the lady with the cart that I told first about the turkeys. Yeah, there was no turkeys on sale. Yeah, kind of figured that. So I ran out the door, left, and never came back. And, man, yeah, that was my Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving. Anyways, moving on. You guys ever go to those actual dinners? you know, like the family gatherings and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. I went to one, you know, a couple years back. I wanted to bring this up because it was a mistake. I didn't know. I mean, I'm not religious. People know I'm not religious. People know I don't, you know, follow that. So, you know, my girl a couple years ago told me at the family gathering, hey, Bruce, do you want to do Grace? So I was like, sure, when is she coming? I told you, I mean, it is what it is. But yes, you know, the family weren't that happy that night with what I said. But it is what it is, you know. They're saying, you trying to be a comedian? I was like, actually I am, believe it or not. Moving on. The other day also at work, a few days ago, I was at work listening to Christmas tunes. Some guy that knows me came by and says, you're not religious, why are you listening to that? I was like, because I can listen to whatever the fuck I want. Why don't you shut your pie hole before I punch you in the nose, huh? True story. I'll punch you in the nose if you doesn't shut up. I mean, who cares if I listen to Christmas music, huh? What is it to you, huh? You know, Baby Jesus, whatever the name of the songs are. Who cares? Just because I don't believe in it doesn't mean I can't listen to it, right? Am I right? Come on. Have you guys seen the new trailer for Ray Donovan? The show's coming back after many seasons. There's finally getting a movie to close out the series. It's going to be pretty cool. The trailer is online, and returning to the show, believe it or not, to the movie, to the series, is Liev Schreiber as Ray Donovan, and of course John Voight as Mickey Donovan. And the rest of the cast is coming back, so it's going to be pretty cool. Look forward to that. Go check out the trailer. It's pretty badass. Liev Schreiber still has what it takes to kick ass. Also, I want to talk about the Spider-Man rumors. There's a picture going around. I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago, but it's been confirmed that the Spider-Man picture is legitimate, like it's real. That the picture of all three, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire, is real. Like they're all going to be in the new Spider-Man movie. I think I should have said spoiler alert before I mentioned that. But hey, it is what it is. You get all these surprises on Tonight with Bruce Martin. But yeah, that's about it. I didn't want to bore you guys with all the stuff going on in my life. Hope you guys are enjoying your night tonight, because let me tell you something. Tonight, a Bronx Tale. Right here tonight, followed by a great interview with a good friend, ladies and gentlemen, Joseph Donofrio. He is from the Bronx Tale, ladies and gentlemen. He plays Slick from the movie. And also a great music performance to end the night with Presice85 and Iceman Skrill. So don't go anywhere, because guess what? We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. I mean it.
¡Pendejo!
A Bronx Tale, 1993, ladies and gentlemen. A classic, automatic classic. Robert De Niro, Chaz Palminteri, Lilo Brancato, and Joseph Donofrio. Ladies and gentlemen, the cast in this movie, insane. Insane. This is one of the greatest films to come out of the 90s. Didn't do too well at the box office. It was on a $16 million budget, only grossed about $17 million around there at the box office. But let me tell you something about this film. It did 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. The story behind this movie was Chaz Palminteri. You know, he did his one-man show. It was a part of his autobiography. One thing led to another. Robert De Niro came by, saw the show, loved it. You know, Chaz was trying to get this picked up for a film eventually. A lot of people were offering $250,000, $100 million, well, $1 million, and but they wouldn't let Chaz play Sonny in the film. Chaz says the only reason I'm going to give you the rights to the film is if I play Sonny. It didn't happen. Robert De Niro came and said, I'm a huge fan. This can become a film. This is actually a movie right here. One thing led to another. He told him, listen, if you give it to any of these studio guys, they're not going to put you as Sonny, and they're going to change the whole story. If you give it to me, we'll keep the story there. I'll take charge of everything else. You'll play Sonny. I'll be the director. I want to direct this. It'll be my first movie to direct. And what do you say? You know, we'll work together 50-50. Chaz Gave him a handshake. It was a handshake deal, and that's how Bronx Tale came to be. Like I said, I mean, wow, where do you go wrong with this film? It's about a little kid named C who grows up into a teenager who looks up to a father figure type person like Sonny, Charles Palminteri. And throughout the film, Sonny pretty much treats him like a son. Even though the father, Lorenzo, the working class man, because this is what it's all about. Chaz's idea was to make this film about the working class man, not about the mafia. And not to give a bad name to the mafia always, to let people know that it's always also about the working class man, the everyday man. Believe it or not, Robert De Niro is known to play gangsters and mafia bosses. One thing led to another. He wanted this film so bad to be the director and to play Lorenzo, the father, instead of the mob boss, because he wanted to do something different. He connected more with the father and stuff like that. He also decided he didn't want to have actors play the kids. He wanted to have new people, new faces. He wanted it to be fresh. So he went out, you know, in the neighborhoods and stuff like that. Believe it or not, it wasn't filmed in the Bronx, even though it's called The Bronx Tale. It was filmed in Astoria and Jackson Heights, Queens. So they went out, they started scouting the neighborhoods. One thing led to another. They found the brother of Lilo Brancato. The brother says, "You're not looking for me, you're looking for my brother." So they found Lilo. They brought him in. They saw his impersonations of De Niro and Pesci and this and that. One thing led to another. He got the part automatically. It was pretty cool. Speaking of getting the part automatically, Catherine Narducci came in. I probably messed that up. I apologize. So she came in. She ended up bringing her little son to the audition. She found out they were auditioning for the wife of Robert De Niro's character, Lorenzo. So she ended up saying, "Okay, can I audition?" She auditioned and got the role on the spot. How cool is that? She brought her son, but she ended up getting a role in the movie. I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool. But throughout the film, you know, it's about love, it's about greed, it's about, you know, inspiration. It has so many aspects to the film that that's why I recommend people to go see it. Charles Palminteri had his whole life was based on this, you know what I mean? Like, since he was a young kid, this is what had happened. He actually witnessed the murder. And in the movie, C is very young, and he pretty much witnesses a murder. So I think, you know, he witnesses the murder by Chaz. Also, Joe Pesci makes an appearance in that scene, also at the end of the movie, too. One thing leads to another. Like I said before, it's a father figure, kind of like a son kind of like thing where I'm looking out for you, and then he looks up at him like a father figure, Sonny and C. And believe it or not, Robert De Niro's character, Lorenzo, wasn't having any of it. He didn't want his son dealing with the mafia, dealing with the mob. He even told him in one of the scenes, "I don't want you dealing with my son. I don't want you to have anything to do with my son. Here's the money back that, you know, C was making from Sonny." One thing leads to another. Movie progresses. C's actually hanging out with the wrong crew, the wrong crowd. One of the people in that wrong crowd is Slick. Ladies and gentlemen, the guest tonight on the program, Joseph Donofrio. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, come on. I had a great conversation with him, so look forward to that. Also, I mean, he just brought that character out. I mean, yeah, they all died in a car, burst up in flames and stuff like that, but the character did pretty well. I really enjoyed Slick's character in the movie. Joseph's character, Slick, in the movie. I thought it did really well. So, but other than that, every character in this movie brought their A game. There's no doubt about it. You talk about start to finish, edge of your seat. This is the kind of film. This is the kind of film. You know, starts off with a bang, literally. You know, they witnessed the murder in the beginning of the film. So just it's pretty amazing. I recommend everybody to go see it. It's just really cool stuff. I want to tell you guys also a quick thing. Believe it or not, one of the characters in the movie is Eddie Mush. So Robert De Niro was like, "I'm having a hard time finding the right person to play Eddie Mush. Hey, Chaz, can you find the real Eddie Mush?" Little did anybody know, Chaz went to the old neighborhood and found the real Eddie Mush. He was like 63 years old, still losing bets, and they put him in the movie. But they were a little worried because he was known to bring bad luck to wherever he was around, whoever he was around. He came in, he did his scenes. He was in the scene with the racetrack with Lilo Brancato, and one thing led to another. It starts raining. Wasn't supposed to happen, but it started raining, and that was what they called the Eddie Mush curse. You know, that's what they called it back then. So anyways, but at least he got in the movie. I thought that was pretty cool. About Robert De Niro, he actually donated this film to his father, who passed away the same year this movie was released. And believe it or not, Frank Vincent from Goodfellas, Frank Vincent, the famous, rest in peace, the famous Frank Vincent, was supposed to play one of the mob bosses in this film that actually ended up going to Joe Pesci. So I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, it would have been cool if he was in it too, but it is what it is. Also, Robert De Niro, it's not the only movie he was in with Catherine Narducci. They actually did The Irishman together, you know, years later, yeah, in 2019. So I thought that was pretty cool. But, you know, this movie's pretty much about the everyday man, you know, the working class man. And it's just a must-see film. And what Chaz put together here is something that you won't see for a long time again. So I recommend definitely going to see this movie. It's definitely one of the greats to come out of the 90s. There's no doubt about it. Great cast. Chaz Palminteri is still working today. And I don't want to give too much away of the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, I know a lot of people I've talked to about this movie review, they said they haven't seen it, so I don't want to give too much away, especially the ending. The ending is really insane. I pretty much gave the ending to the Slick character, but it is what it is. Yeah, I don't think he'll mind that. But like I said, go see the movie. It's an amazing movie, amazing chemistry, characters, and everything like that. You guys are going to enjoy it. And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, a great interview. I know you guys can't wait. Joseph Donofrio is here. Coming up next, we'll be right back. Welcome back to tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, we have an amazing guest for you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, you know him as Slick from A Bronx Tale and Young Tommy from Goodfellas and countless others that he has done over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, Joseph Donofrio. Welcome, Joseph.
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Oh, man, it's a pleasure, man. Thank you for coming on. I know you're a busy guy. I know you got a lot of stuff going on for you right now. So for you to take the time out of your schedule, it truly means a lot. How you doing? How you been?
I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for asking. Thank you for having me on. I hope you're having a great day.
Man, I'm doing pretty good over here, trust me. And, you know, we always have a little drink on the show. You got something with you right now?
I got a cup of coffee.
Hey, that'll do on this show. That'll do. Cheers. Yeah, we have people with water bottles, tea. It doesn't matter. But yeah, you know, I've been a fan a long time. You know, whether it's The Bronx Tale, whether it's Goodfellas, you name it. You've done so much over I think you have over like 112 credits to the list, which is insane. I mean, like, wow, that just goes to show how much of a hard worker you are. The actor's one thing, the person's another thing. I want to get to know the person right now. And I just want to know, you grew up in Brooklyn, in New York, right?
Yes.
Brooklyn or Bronx? What was it?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Same here, man. Yeah, Waynesburg, Brooklyn. That's where I'm from. So growing up in Brooklyn, how was that?
It was great. Nice neighborhood, you know, good people.
Yeah. And your background's in Italian?
I'm half Italian and half Hungarian Jew.
Nice. So that's a good combo. That's a good combo. Yeah. And believe it or not, before we got on this, I was actually watching A Bronx Tale. No joke, about a few hours ago. I'm watching it with my girl, and you know, the scene where the car explodes. I'm like, I don't think he's gonna make it. I'll make it to the show today. Oh man. But such a great performance. You know, it's like, I mean, come on. How did that part by any chance come to you? Like, how did that all come together for you?
Well, what happened was I did a movie called Goodfellas with Robert De Niro. And then after I did that, Robert De Niro bought the rights to the play, the one-man show of A Bronx Tale, which is actually going on right now. Chaz Palminteri does the one-man show, which is an amazing show. Yeah. If anybody ever gets the chance to see Chaz Palminteri in the one-man show, you better go because it's one of the best shows you'll ever see in your life. Entertaining, funny, it's great. But what happened was Bob actually seen that play, Robert De Niro, and he bought the rights to it. And then they brought me on board.
Wow. I know you were in like 4 movies with him, right? It was
Yeah.
also Analyze This and The Bronx Tale, Goodfellas, and Night and the City, I think it was, right?
Night in the City, yeah.
So four movies. I mean, believe it or not, I haven't seen Night in the City. I just know about it by doing the research, but I need to see that movie for sure.
Good movie. It's a great movie. The Night in the City, really good movie. A lot of great actors.
How was it working with De Niro, though?
Great.
Yeah.
Very awesome. I learned so much from him. Easy. Just makes it easy. Very giving as an actor.
Nice. Yeah, he seems like a down-to-earth guy in real life, you know. I'm a big fan of his as well. And how about Chaz? I mean, I know that was a big one for you too. How was that?
Chaz is great. I love working with Chaz. He's such a kind, sweet human being. Very nice person. Like I said, his one-man show's going on. I actually just went to visit him when he was doing it in Long Island. And as usual, it was great.
Man,
Nice
I gotta go to one of those.
If you ever do, you're going to really like it. You're going to be like, wow, I wish I would have went sooner.
Yeah, and the fact that the movie, exactly, the fact that the movie's based on the play, I remember hearing about how the movie came to be, and Chaz was having a hard time trying to pick up the film and get the right people behind it, but then Robert De Niro was like, hey, let's do 50-50, and you know, they ended up.
Yeah, it's amazing how he does all the voices and all the characters, and he'll be playing C, and then he'll be playing Sonny, like he'll be walking across the stage and he'll be like doing C's roles and then turning around and doing Sonny, and then back and forth. It's just the direction and just the way it's done is really good. And I could see why everybody wanted it, because it's such a great story. When you see it, you'll know, you'll say to yourself, wow. And you better get some backstage passes to meet him too, because he's a great guy to meet and good person to hang out with.
I'm gonna get the whole package. Trust me, I definitely gotta meet him one day. You never know. Maybe I can get him on the show, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, besides the Bronx Tale, Goodfellas, you're also known for Are We There Yet? You know, you did about 24 episodes of that show. How did that come to be? How was that for you? That experience?
Oh, that was a great experience, man. That was one of my best experiences in my life, working with Ali Leroy, Terry Crews, Ice Cube, and a bunch of cast. It was funny. I remember when there was an audition for it, and they were looking for a different character than I am. And I told my manager, I was like, because I knew the casting person, I said, just submit me. Maybe they'll see me. So then I went up and they seen me, because the casting person knew me, and the casting person, Todd Taylor, he helped me out with the audition. And then I went up and I did it. And they called my manager, no, my agent, and they said, oh, we love Joe, but the show is supposed to be in Seattle. And Joe has a New York accent.
Yeah.
So that's what my agent tells me. So I turn around, I tell my agent, I'm like, well, there's no New Yorkers in Seattle? And my agent turned around and was like, I'm going to call them back and tell them that. So I says, okay. And so he turns around, he calls them back, and he says, you know, what I said. And they call back, like, I don't know, a day later. And they're like, you know what? There's people from New York and Seattle. We want Joe to do the part. And it was supposed to be only one episode. And it turned into like 20-something episodes, man. And it was really good. Those guys are so talented. I learned a lot.
I just love the character that you bring out, you know, behind the counter and stuff like that. I was watching a few episodes recently, and I was like, it's actually pretty funny stuff. Like, I just like the way you communicate with the characters. Pretty interesting stuff. So I want to cheers to that, man. That was a great performance right there for you.
Yeah, cheers. And it's great stories because it helps people, you know, like every episode was like about something.
Yeah.
And it could help. It's like a family show, you know, you could watch the show and actually learn from it.
Exactly. Nowadays, when you get picked up for a role, do you still have to audition, or they just know you're right for the role?
Sometimes I audition, sometimes I get the role, depending on who's doing it and, you know, what's going on. I mean, if I worked with the people before, sometimes they'll just call and offer me a role. If not, I have to audition. I just auditioned for something, a role, so hopefully I'm going to get it. If I don't hear anything by Wednesday, that means I didn't get it. But, you know, sometimes you don't get it, sometimes you do.
Absolutely. I totally understand that. And I was looking at your IMDb and I was like, my God, you got countless movies, TV shows, appearances in general coming out. And I'm like,
Yeah,
wow, that's just amazing. Congratulations on
thank you.
all the success. I mean, right there by itself.
Yeah, Gravesend, the TV show I'm doing now.
I was gonna say that to you.
It's on Amazon Prime right now, season 1.
William
We
DeMille.
just shot season 2, and we got a couple more episodes to do. It's a great series, man. You got to watch it.
Yeah, I definitely saw the few episodes already. I got to definitely get more into it. Especially being from New York, being from Brooklyn, it's right up the alley. But I'm so busy. I'm trying to get everything as I can. Trying to watch as much as I can. Besides this, I got my real job, so I was like, But I was gonna say, you've been friends with William DeMille, the star of the show, for countless years. I mean, I can see online the movies you did together back in the day and stuff like that. Wannabes back in 2000.
Yeah.
It's how did that come to be, that friendship? You and him, the bond. How did that come to be?
I know William since we were kids.
Oh,
So we used to hang out as adult, as kids. I mean, I think I met William at like 15. He was telling me the story, as a matter of fact. We met at a roller skating ring. I was breakdancing, and I was making believe I didn't know how to breakdance. And then him and his crew started breakdancing. And then I started really breakdancing, he said. And he said that I was really good breakdancer as I was a kid. And that's how we first met.
Yeah.
And since then, we've been friends and I love working with the guy. It's just like, you go to work, it's like hanging out. And his writing and his directing and everything he does is amazing. From Wannabes to back in the day to the Gravesend series now, we have a good bond. I love the guy. I'll do anything for him. Anything he needs, I'm there, whatever he wants.
No, I can tell, that's pretty impressive. He was also in The Sopranos too. Like, I just want to give him a shout out and a cheers because of all the hard work that he did and you do. I mean, that is freaking awesome. You know what I mean?
Cheers to William DeMille and all the hard work and the great acting and the writing and everything he does.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
Exactly.
God bless him.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he's a great guy. If you ever meet him, man, he's really a nice person. That's what I really like.
Oh, yeah.
Very kind and thankful and,
yeah.
polite.
I've been following him for a while myself, I started on Facebook and then I found you on Facebook. Then I found you on Instagram and then I found William. It was going back and forth, but I was like, I just love anything to do with Brooklyn or New York or the Bronx, anything like that. It's fascinating to me. It's just cool stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch the show and check it out more. And I just think it's pretty badass. But let's go back real quick. You just started doing some stand-up, correct? Like a couple years ago? Was it a couple years ago or recent?
A couple of years ago, like 5 years ago, I think I started. We just did my last show in Jersey, Middletown, New Jersey was the last show I just did. I'm going to do another one, but right now I'm just waiting around. Probably like February, March, I'm going to do another one.
Nice. How's that going? A change of landscape for you.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I love performing in front of a live audience and getting that thrill of people, laughing and clapping and just having a good time, man. I love interacting with the audience and interacting with people and saying funny things and telling stories too. Like I tell a couple of stories, I'll say a couple of jokes and, and that's usually my stand-up act. It's fun.
No, I can imagine. I mean, I do a little monologue in the beginning of my show. And, I try to make people laugh. I had the fake laugh track, but I still get feedback from people that watch it and say, oh, that was funny or this and that. But I try my best to one day I do want to do what you're doing, get actually out there and feel that connection with the fans. But, I'm not going to lie, it's a little nervous right now, a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, in the beginning, it's nervous, but you just got to look at it like, you know what? Have some fun. Just have fun. Just do it and have fun. And sometimes that'll, that won't make you nervous if you're just having fun.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
No, I know. Trust me. My little start into this business is still nervous, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm looking forward to where things are going. You know what I mean? So it takes time. But let me go back a little bit, because, the Bronx Tale definitely did amazing on the ratings and stuff like that. rating on Rotten Tomatoes and all that stuff. But your character, I want to just talk about your character for a second, because Slick was Slick, but he was like the badass throughout the whole movie. You had Chaz, you know, he was good and all that, and everybody was good. Robert De Niro, everybody was good, even Lilo. But you stand it out the most. A lot of people will tell you the truth, you know, the way you brought out that character, the attitude, the fuck this, fuck that. You know, you were just like, it was an amazing experience. Now, was that something you had to teach yourself, or you just had that in you? Was that just who you were, that attitude?
Well, first off, thank you for the compliments and thank you for the kind words. And basically, I got the character breakdown and what they wanted, did some research, and I just let it rip. You know, I just felt like Slick was, you know, when Chaz says, you know, he's the biggest jerk off, you know, when I read that in the script, I was like, you know what, I got to make this guy a real jerk off.
Yeah.
And I knew a couple of jerk offs at the time. So I just watched them and I've emulated how they used to act. And, you know, and I put some little things in there, like, you know, with the hands and, you know, the movements of, you know, doing this and, you know, doing certain things and movements with my hands and my face. And, you know, and I did some research, and, you know, that's how I made it. You know, I wanted to make him a big jerk off, and that's how I did it.
I think that's amazing. I didn't even know, believe it or not, I saw the Bronx Tale before, many times before. But the reason I saw it today is because I just wanted to catch up on the movie. But especially because today's the Bronx Tale movie review that I'm going to be reviewing, which is perfect because you're on the show. So, you know, a lot of people are definitely, there's a huge, how do you say, fan base for this movie.
Oh yeah, people
Huge.
love a Bronx Tale. Bronx Tale is, I mean, it's probably top 5 gangster movies of a lot of people. Like whenever they put on Instagram, name your top 5 gangster movies, you know, Goodfellas, Bronx Tale, you know, those are like the top 5 of everybody. And sometimes they'll even say, what's better, Bronx Tale or Goodfellas? I mean, Bronx Tale, I think also has a lot of good messages in there, like about life.
Yeah.
You know, like wasted talent, you know, about the gangster life, you know, the working man.
Yeah.
And I think the way Chaz laid out the movie, you know, if you watch that movie, it's a lot of inspiration.
No, it definitely is. The story itself,
Yeah.
amazing. It just tells you, you know, it's for everybody. You know, no matter what happens in the movie, if you watch it and you watch it straight through, you're gonna see the progress of the characters and stuff like that, and how everybody develops. I mean, your character doesn't develop, but everybody else isn't. But I'm telling you right now, your character made that movie better than it was.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
You and Lilo, you know, amazing characters in that movie. But and it's funny because Robert De Niro is he's like the first in the credits, you know, but like he barely shows up in the film. Like he's there.
Yeah, Bob was great, but I thought he was great as the father. That scene when him and Chaz, when he confronts Chaz all those time, he was great, man. He was perfect. Part was perfect for him.
Yeah, they just had good chemistry. Then when they threw the money on the table, and then they came face to face, told the son to leave. He's like, no, that's my son.
Everybody was good in that movie. I don't think there was one bad part of the whole movie. It was directed and very good, very great how they did it.
It was a great situation. You know, the screenplays by Chaz, Robert De Niro directed it. You know, the chemistry was there, the connection was there. They definitely worked well together. I'm sure they did. You would know more than anybody else. But you know, wow. I mean, even Goodfellas, you know, young Tommy. You know, first off, I'm pretty sure you get this all the time. Oh, Joe Pesci this, Joe Pesci that. I'm sure you get the resemblance and the characteristics and stuff like that. But when you were working on that film Goodfellas, did you actually get a chance to? Because I know Joe Pesci's the type. I've heard that he doesn't like to interact with the cast members. He likes to pretend he's the scary type, but in reality, he's like a really good gentleman. But how was it? Were you able to hang out with him and stuff like that?
I never met Joe Pesci.
Oh shit!
I was supposed to meet him, and he was on another film at the time, and then I never got a chance to meet him ever. But hopefully one day I will. I love Joe Pesci. I think he's one of the greatest actors around. I mean, The Irishman, Casino, Goodfellas, Easy Money, Back to everything he's in. He's just amazing. With Honors, I loved him in With Honors. Loved him in so many My cousin Vinny, of course. People actually always tell me, "Oh, you look like Joe Pesci. You sound like Joe Pesci." It's funny when people say that, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I never heard that before."
And you were only 16, 17 around that time when Goodfellas, well, I think it was 15 years old, right? When Goodfellas came out, it was like the perfect casting. Yet, you
Thank
know,
you.
it's Joe Pesci, for God's sake, you know, but at the same time, you're playing his younger self. It was just perfect the way you portrayed yourself in the film. And that's probably why I think, you know, they got you for the Bronx Tale and Night in the City and all that stuff, because I think you filmed it in 1989, right? Goodfellas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Saying, I
And you're
mean,
right. That is why they got me for the other films. Because Night in the City, actually, they just called me up. That part they gave me, I didn't even have to audition for that. But you know, I got that because of De Niro, and the casting guy was the same casting guy who casted the Bronx Tale. So they just called me up. So it was great. And I guess Bob liked working with me. So, you know, when you like working with somebody, you just keep working with them.
yeah. No, I mean, the credits can go on for days. The conversation could go on for days. You're just an amazing actor. I got to know the person a little bit. And I mean, before we let you go, is there anything that's coming up right now that you're looking forward to, excited about, that you want to promote? Something you're really looking, besides Gravesend, because everybody knows about Gravesend. I'm going to promote the hell out of Gravesend for the next week on my social media. I mean, if you want to say Gravesend, go right ahead. But is anything you're really looking forward to?
Well, of course, I'm looking forward to Gravesend, but I'm also looking forward to a movie called Townhouse Confidential, where I played Sal Carmine.
Nice.
It's a great character, something I've never done before. It's basically like a Danny DeVito type of role that he played in the Wise Guy movie back in the day. It's with a big giant cast, and it's going to be an awesome film. It's an independent thing I did. I can't wait for it to come out. Townhouse Confidential.
No, I'm definitely gonna look that up, and I'm definitely gonna check it out. I'm actually gonna watch. I'm gonna binge watch. Are We There Yet? just to
Okay.
catch up on all the shows and stuff like that. Gravesend, you know. I know.
Yeah, Gravesend, I'm really excited about. The cast in Gravesend this season is going to be awesome, and the storyline is amazing, and just everything, the cinematography,
Yeah.
everything that they're doing this season, and you know, last season too, of course. Just it's on a great level, and I'm grateful that I'm involved with it.
And you've met. I think he just started in the show, Vic DiPotato, the comedian. Have you met him?
Oh yeah, I know Vic. I've met Vic before. Great guy, funny man, really sweet human being. Amon Asante, I did a movie with Amon Asante called Don Q. I played Al Capone, so it was fun to play Al Capone. You know, they asked me to play Al Capone, and I'm grateful that they got me to play Al Capone. It was funny. I looked at the pictures of me and Al Capone. We look pretty similar.
You do actually. No, no. Like, to be honest, you actually do. And you
But he
said
had
this
a
came
different
out
voice. He
already.
talked like this.
When was this?
We just finished this like a month and a half ago. It's called Don Q with
Oh, it
Amon
hasn't come out yet.
Asante, Chuck Zito, Craig DeFranco, William DeMeo had a part, Chris DeMeo, you know, Vinny Pastore,
And it hasn't come out yet,
Valentina.
right? It hasn't
What
come out
happened?
yet.
No, they just finished filming it. It's going to be a great movie. It's a comedy.
Okay.
Amon
Okay.
Asante is great. I loved working with Amon Asante too. Really nice human being. And Premium Pete. Can't forget my boy Premium Pete.
There you go.
Love that guy, man. Great actor. Great guy, man.
No, man, all those guys right now, they have a great list of credits and great stuff that they've done on their own. But
Oh,
man,
yeah.
I just want to say, you know, I do appreciate you giving me the time. You know, like I said, I know you're a busy guy. I do appreciate it. That's pretty much it for the show. You know, I just wanted to say thank you for coming on the show. If you want to just say any final words before we wrap it up.
Thank you for having me on the show, and I appreciate you. Health and happiness to you and all your fans and everybody who's watching forever. Cheers to that.
I appreciate that. Cheers to you, and health and happiness and everything in between.
Thank you, brother. Peace and love.
And that is Joseph Donofrio, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, you can check all his accounts out on social media. And I'm telling you right now, go to his IMDb page, check out all his works, Wikipedia, you name it. But his links are going to be below, so definitely check it out. He has some interesting content. Facebook, Twitter, pretty sure you have a YouTube maybe? Yeah?
Yeah, yep. I have a YouTube, yep.
A YouTube and a Twitter, you name it. He's everywhere. Instagram, yeah. And that's it. So thanks again for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up right now, great performance by, music video performance by my good pals. These guys are the real deal. California's own Presice85 Iceman Skrill.
The checking of the suspects had been thorough, painstaking, and tedious, but all the work was for nothing. The man who had shot Officer Rollins was not among them. He remained under description.
Spelling these rhymes with my militant mind. I'ma shine, ain't a mind that's iller than mine. Not even Hobson with his ill mind, I'm still in my prime. Spitting fire, Molotov, knock it off, you not a boss. You sweet like Haagen-Dazs. Yeah, that's preposterous. I'm a monstrous rhinoceros horn going through your opticals. Lost a friend to the block again, and lost another to the amphetamines, upgraded to a better team. Yeah, street life is menacing, trip you out like ketamine. Meet the human flamethrower, doper than a cocaine grower. It's a fact that we're not in the same league. Army fatigues don't get left with a brain bleed. Hematoma, schooled by the O, heads on the corners. Tell me if you wanna.
I go bananas for the cream. In the depths of the dungeon.
You got heat, you better pop those.
In the depths of the dungeon. In the depths of the dungeon.
Gutter beast, roll like bloody meat. Die and thump like a mustard beat. Slum kings you inspired by me. School of hard knocks, on the road. Slump them then say vominos. At your door like dominoes. The kid with the cocky flow had fiends with the snotty nose. Zombie mode got Chucky bright type. Dolly dolls that'll chop your Barbie's throat. Things ain't changed, no niggles. On my block, folks tremble. They fall back like limbo. See more rocks than Flintstones. Focus like the war sniper. The little bros don't fight dudes. Quick to go light you. Right on they don't like Ryu. This the city of God. Got no pity for ops. Men with sinister plots. Got that Clash of the Titans feel. My writing skills will smoke you like Cypress Hill.
I go bananas for the cream. In the depths of the dungeon.
You got heat, you better pop those.
In the depths of the dungeon. In the depths of the dungeon.
Meet the dopest, I'm focused. I won't get my roses until decomposing. I roam through the block like I'm Moses. Searching for the promised land. God, I made some promises and broke every single one. Makes me feel like vomiting. Politic at the Cosmopolitan. Why you take shots to the face like collagen? I'm polishing my prayer life so I know that I'ma win. Pops was an addict though, full of bad habits though. They say there ain't no antidote. I followed down a rabbit hole. Made it out in time to spit massive flows. So there ain't no way y'all gon' play me. Born in the 80s, flow harder than AZ. Y'all better get your AC. So when you see me, salute me. Not cause I'm a G, because I spit like an Uzi.
I go bananas for the cream. In the depths of the dungeon.
You got heat, you better pop those.
In the depths of the dungeon. In the depths of the dungeon.
Badass, man. Thank you guys again for coming on the show. You guys have been here many times. I appreciate you continuing to support the program, and I'm honored and pretty much privileged to be in the same boat as you in a way, like just trying to help you guys out as well. I enjoy promoting you guys. You guys did a real deal, no doubt about it. If you guys want to know any more information about Presice85 and Iceman Skrill, their links are going to be below, ladies and gentlemen. That is the program tonight. Not too long, not too short, but at the same time, we got to get out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you to my guest, Joseph Donofrio from A Bronx Tale and Goodfellas. He was what a treat, right, for the program? How cool is that? Thank you again. His links are going to be below. Also, Presice85, Iceman Skrill, come on. Also, A Bronx Tale. We had a great movie review. A little short, but it was pretty great. Anyways, we will see you guys next week, ladies and gentlemen. So tune in then. Until then, take it easy, be safe, take care of each other. All right, peace out.
Pendejo.
Oh.